Hey, happy Sunday, everybody. It's like a super dreary day today, kind of cold and windy, and like the heat kicked on again today, so that was weird. Anyway, I'm going to start off with some toys of the day, as per the usual. First off, I'm going to show this guy right here. This is Globulus. Come into focus. He's seen better days. It looks like maybe his eye's been scraped a bit, or maybe it looked like that. I don't remember. He is from the G.I. Joe movie. It looks like maybe they put on a different arm for him, but that is actually his arm. And it was like the most unplayable toy because they gave him, he had a snake bottom in the G.I. Joe movie, but they decided in their infinite wisdom that they'd give him this big, like, green bean body, but it's supposed to have, like, wire in it, but it's like, it doesn't, in pure play mode as a kid, this would not work very well. But, so I grabbed some G.I. Joes. These are all, like, not your favorites, not the best. These are all like the ones from the 90s that were not that great and used a lot of neon. Like a lot of people, if you remember G.I. Joe, you remember Zartan. Well, this is some sort of awful Zartan with this big mohawk and this Road Warrior face paint and these lime or neon day glowed pants and purple like soccer shin guards. Oh, Zartan. That's sad. I don't know who this guy is. It's like Gorbachev or something. Somebody probably wears a helmet, and he's probably like a rehash of some character that I know that they just made in the 90s and neoned him up. So I don't know who that is. Here's another one from like they made this Ninja Force, and this is like this guy with the Hulk Hogan hair and these amazing owl eyebrows and a very like. Looks like he's puckering up for a kiss. Mwah! I'm a ninja in bright yellow. And got toilet paper coming out of my hip. It's a very bizarre ninja. I don't know who this guy is. At first I thought he was like a newer version of Dusty. But I can tell he's got like a front of his bicep Cobra logo tattoo. It's a very weird place. I have a Cobra logo tattoo up on my shoulder. So I don't know, to be honest with you, this guy's probably like just called like Sand Viper or something like that. And then we took one of our all-time favorites, Snake Eyes, the Black Ninja, very mysterious, and they decided to do this with him and make it look like he's on his way to go play paintball or something. Yeah, and we'll move swiftly on from there. I don't know who this guy is either. I don't know what this outfit is. I'm guessing maybe he was like a driver to a vehicle or something. He's like Tomato Viper or something. I don't know. And he's wearing like a puffy vest because he must be awfully cold. But then he must be cold because look at the goosebumps he has. He's got terrible goosebumps. So he got chilly. So he put on this puffy sweater. Not really sure. There's like a weird like marbling or like mummy lines on his helmet. I just noticed now. Is that... Yeah, I wonder if that's intentional or if that was just something in the molding process. I don't know. And last one, this is not a G.I. Joe. This is Captain Power in the Soldiers of Fortune or something like that, or the Soldiers of Power. It was like a live-action TV show that was very much like akin to what later would be like the Power Rangers. It was like a live-action show with like early special effects, like fully CG special effects. So it was kind of a weird one. I remembered it only mildly remember it when I was a kid. The Captain Power show. I think it was Captain Power and the Soldiers of Power. And I remember there was a couple figures that I thought were really super cool looking. And then I saw them again recently because I was curious about it, with my faint memory of it, and it did not hold up to my childhood memory from the mid-80s. Must have been 85, 86, something like that. So anyway, let's see. So last night, Saturday night, I went to go to bed. Jen and Stella went on a hike, overnight hike, so it was just Lola and I had like a daddy-daughter day, and I went to bed, and all of a sudden I heard a big clunk outside, and I went out and looked. This is right around midnight, and I realized the garbage can got knocked over by who other than Noodles the bear. I don't know if it was exactly Noodles, but it could have been. Noodles is very close by where he showed up at the mall. We're only just about a mile away from there, so it could have been Noodles in the darkness. And I thought, boy, he was really going to make a mess, because whenever we've had the bears in the garbage cans in the past, they drag it out to the wood line and make a great big mess. But for some reason, he was out there for like 2 minutes, and all of a sudden, he had hunkered down, he was digging through the garbage, and then all of a sudden, he just got up and he scurried away quite swiftly. So I don't know what spooked him off. So anyway, but that reminded me that I did not finish telling Noodles' story, because initially Noodles was talking to Bear and the cat, and decided after talking to his friend that he would go to the credit union and go get a loan to open up his own noodle shop. So anyway, that's why I thought maybe I would make this the opening of his noodle shop. So he's shaking hands with Dana from the credit union, who worked out this loan, and I think I'm going to do like a big grand opening here, and I'll put Mayor Best Friend here. He'll have the scissors to do the cutting of the ribbon. But maybe I'll jump ahead through the sketching here, and I'll get to ink mode here. So let's just jump ahead here a little bit. All right. So yeah. So that was funny. Last night, went up to bed, just goes in, gave Tuck his little bedtime treat. He always gets a little minty bone at bedtime, and was just kind of settling in on a Saturday night. And then all of a sudden I heard that clunk outside, and it's very quiet at our house. We're on a dead-end street. There's not much sound or movement around. So I was like, because did I already say the night before the raccoons were in the garbage? So Friday night the raccoons got in. There was only one bag in the garbage, and the raccoons mostly took care of most of it. So normally then sometimes I would go take the garbage and put it in the garage. But I thought, well, there's not much garbage in here. So if the raccoons come back, there's really nothing for them, so I'll just leave the garbage outside. So then when I heard that clunk, it was like, oh, those raccoons are going to be disappointed. There's really not much in there for them. And sure enough, it was the bear. So I was kind of surprised to see that big shadow lurking out there. And I was already going to go like, oh, I should try to run downstairs and put the outside light on so I can get a picture of him munching around out there. Because anytime we've had the bear, yeah, he's usually hung out for a good long while. But yeah, by the time I even thought to go grab my phone, all of a sudden he was up, he spun around on his heels, and he was leaving. I'd never seen him take off that quick before. But so I don't know what like spooked him off, or if it was just the fact that he didn't see much in there, but he seemed like he was really settling down for a good chomp. There we go. So anyway, I had been meaning, and I hadn't forgotten completely, to get back to this story of Noodles getting his restaurant. At first I was going to do it like right away, just right after he went to the credit union. And I thought, well, I'll let that one simmer for a while. It's not like you go to a credit union, you go get your loan, and then like you're not opening up your restaurant the next day, right? I never opened up a restaurant, but I betcha I would like to venture to guess that that is probably not how it works. So even still now, it's been like a month. That's still, but maybe in island time, that's a longer time in the restaurant business. So here he is with Dana, and she is making the appearance since they're the one that helped him get the loan. And then here is Mayor Best Friend with the ever comically large grand opening scissors, ready to make the cut. So they're just taking like a little pose here for the news, for the local Gazette or whatever, the local Tribune. Yeah, I haven't done like a reporter. I don't have any newspaper people. Maybe I'll have to do that eventually. I know the gaps between the videos are getting a little longer, so we'll see if I get around to that one. And Mayor Best Friend. There he is. He's just happy to make that little public appearance. He's always anxious to get a chance to bring out the giant, oversized scissors for these occasions. He's a big fan. He's kind of posing awkwardly. Like, just like, all right, take the picture. And I can't remember how tall I made his hat previously as the mayor hat. Lola and I watched, maybe like that tall? It's probably tall enough. We watched Alice in Wonderland yesterday, and that inspired her to do a painting. So she did a painting of Alice. In the background, she put a bunch of, you know, like cards and the like drink me potion and that kind of stuff. And then she wanted to do another painting, so then she got inspired. So then, but she wanted to watch the movie for inspiration, so we watched it again. So we watched Alice in Wonderland twice. A little bit of it this morning, and then we watched Robin Hood, which is one of my favorite Disney movies. For Disney cartoons. I don't know, maybe it is my favorite. I don't know, I didn't really grow up a big Disney kid. We did watch, you know, recently we watched Goof Troop. Or, not Goof Troop, but the Goofy movie. I remembered enjoying that, even though that came out when I was like probably right on the edge of, you know, it must have came out, I don't know, must have been like 13, 14, 15 when that came out, but I still remember enjoying that movie. So we watched that, and I hadn't seen that in probably 20 years, and that movie was still good, the Goofy movie. So, I was also deciding with this noodle shop, should it just be called, I think it should just be called Noodles Noodles, because his name is Noodles, it's a noodle shop. First I was like, should that seem too obvious? Should I do something a little different? Oodles of Noodles, or something a little more creative or something different. And then I thought, nah, I think it just sounds fine like that. So anyway, here we are at the ribbon cutting. Let's jump into turbo mode. All right, there it is. Here is Noodles, Dana, and Mayor Best Friend at the ribbon cutting ceremony for Noodles Noodles, which will, you know, feature various noodles from around the world. You'll do like, you know, he's going to do some like spicy Thai peanut. He's going to do Italian, pad Thai, soba. Lola and I had, because Stella and Jen went on a hike overnight last night, so they were in the woods eating tree bark, and Lola and I were living in the lap of luxury eating sushi and udon, and I had tonkatsu ramen, and it was fantastic. So we even had noodles last night. Maybe that's why Noodles the bear came and knocked over our garbage can last night. He thought maybe there was leftovers. He smelled that tonkatsu packet scent. So there it is. Here's the crew, and, you know, it started from there to there, and here we are landing here at the big finale, and his dream has come true. So I hope you guys are going to have a good week here rolling up, and hopefully the weather warms up here in Duluth, and I'll just catch you guys all later. All right, bye.